Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to give you my honest thoughts on Starfield as a game, and my god, is this game a bad game. But what an incredible experience. But before we get into it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, all that fun YouTube stuff. So those who have come from DPJ's channel or are just new to the channel in general, I just want you to know off the bat, as honest as possible, I am a person who quit YouTube many years ago and I came back to do it part-time. I am not in the kind of mindset of being a full-time YouTuber, so you will see that my videos will now reduce quite a lot. The only reason I did come back was because DPJ was on holiday and he asked me to do it, and I really wanted him to be well into the algorithm so that when he started making videos, his videos will be there getting picked up and getting views and stuff, so that his full-time job is easier for him when he comes back from holiday, which he now is. So he's currently catching up and making a few videos, and my videos are going to stop on his channel very soon, and you'll just hear his wonderful voice and all the things that he's going to do. I will still make videos here, but I'll be lucky to even get 3 videos up a week, because I only went hard solely for his channel, and I just uploaded all those videos to my channel as well because I just thought I might as well. So now I'm just gonna pick and choose the things I want to do and upload and stuff. But yeah, so if you're new around here and you're from DPJ's channel or anything, I appreciate you, I love you. Hopefully you'll stick around, and hopefully I'll have some fun videos for you here and there. I might even start live streaming the game now that I can actually play it, because I made 120 videos in 10 days. So hopefully now I can actually get to play the game. Okay, so why is Starfield a bad game? I think this game is a bad game because the core mechanics of the game are pointless, but I think everything else, aesthetically, the world, the people, the quests, is unreal. I think it's top notch. I don't think I've ever seen a game with a better experience. So let's go into that a little bit further. The core mechanics for me: combat, person to person, combat in the sky, in space, and loot and planets. Because this game was marketed around planets, 1,000 planets. Now, I don't think anyone believed it was going to be 1,000 interesting planets to go and visit, but it was going to be a significant number of planets that have something significant to do, or at least that's the way it was portrayed. When I first started the game, you probably go and visit like 6 or 7 planets and really have a look around at what's being offered to you, and it's fun and it's a great experience. But you quickly start to realize, especially as you start to level up and stuff, that a lot of these things are very pointless. You don't end up going to the planet for any other reason than a quest, or you might see a point of interest already located on the map and you just go and do it really quickly. There's no point in surveying a planet, because as far as we know, there's nothing significant about doing it. You'll get a few thousand credits for selling the data, but that's about it. Maybe if you survey every planet, you get some souped up crazy ship or something. I don't know. That is something I want to do, though, is survey every planet if I can, but chances are I'm not going to get to do it. And planets, you know, they should be more interesting. As we know, wherever you click your landing point, it creates an instance, and in that instance, everything's randomly generated, which is fine, which is cool. If anything in there was worth doing, if you went to a place and there was a cave there, the cave just takes you to some minerals you can farm, but you don't need to farm any materials on planets at all. You don't need to use your cutter in this game whatsoever. You get to a point where you can build an outpost, and you can do a bare minimum outpost and get loads of materials. You can buy materials from shops, you can get them from chests, you can get them from dead bodies, you can get them from pretty much everywhere else in the game. So one of the mechanics of actually being a miner, that's the very first part of the story, is you are a miner. There's no point in actually doing that, and that really sucks. Then if things are randomly generated, like I said, like a cave or like an abandoned research tower, the only point of going into that abandoned research tower is to farm the boss to try and get a legendary drop. That's it. Everything else in there is pointless. As you get to a certain point in the game, all the loot's pointless. You barely even go into people's inventories to see what they have. Maybe grab the credits and that's it, but at some point you don't need the credits either. There's nothing really to spend credits on as well, because it's just pointless. Like, the ships that you can buy are great, but you can just build your own, and that's pretty much the only thing you can spend your credits on a significant basis, is shipbuilding, which is great, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for the most part, going down and getting loot and doing all these random generated things, is completely pointless, or it will become completely pointless a few hours into the game. And these things for me are core to a gaming experience rather than a experience that you'll have with the game. And one thing I'll say as well is Legendary really isn't worth it. It's really not that good. I will say though, getting the Mantis armor ruined this game for me, because you rarely find anything better than the Mantis armor, so you never change how you look, you never find specific things unless you absolutely want to go out of your way, but you don't need to with the Mantis armor. And then also as well with the interesting dialogue you get as the Mantis, you're quick to find out that most spaceship battles just disappear and you don't get to fight them. So yeah, but let's talk about space combat, another core mechanic for me. It's fine, it's nothing spectacular, it's nothing particularly difficult. It's just basically stand still, fire some stuff, drive away when you feel like you're going to get shot, repair your hull, and then kill everything. And then the annoying thing about it is that the things that you're killing them for, their loot, flies off into space 3,000 meters away. So you're having to chase down this box flying through the air to get the loot of the thing you just killed. And the loot usually is something absolutely pointless and crap. So I think overall as a game, the gaming mechanics and all the things that we just mentioned, nowhere near good enough. However, everything else in this game is beyond good enough. The immersion that this game naturally gives you is unreal. When I first walked through New Atlantis on that very first day, I felt like I was a part of the town. I felt like I was there myself, and that's very rare for me in games because I don't really get immersed in games, I just play them. So I was walking through, and I think they do a really good job with giving you side quests and missions and overwhelming you with all this new stuff. So you'd be walking through the streets and you'd hear someone talk about something like word of mouth, and the quest would come to you because you heard it. And that is a really cool way of creating an experience. On top of those activities, you've got really cool little fast little side quests where you can just go get something and come back, or do this and do that very quickly. But then you also have in-depth activities and side quests which can last you a lot longer. And then you have faction missions and main story missions that can be brutally long, but also very cool and interesting. If you look at the Ryujin Tower job application, that whole shebang of using like deception and persuasion and stealth to get a perk for free, to get new apparel for free, which is very helpful. That is a masterpiece from top to bottom. The voice acting and characters are phenomenal in that quest line. To be honest, the voice acting throughout this entire game is phenomenal. It's something I've never seen before, where every single character that I've met, I've wanted to listen to them talk. Usually I just skip through dialogue, but the voice acting was so good it kept me immersed. And I think that is what is key to this game's success, is the immersion in the game created by the experience, the aesthetics, and just everything outside of the core gaming mechanics. This game really makes you feel like you could jump on, do nothing for 2 hours and still leave happy, or you could jump on and just clear out your activities and be happy, or you could jump on, do a few side quests here, maybe do some randomly generated content if you feel like, or just go and sit down and do those brutally long main story missions, because they are interesting, they are significant, and they're fun. I just really wish the core mechanics were more interesting and just more impactful, because right now the only challenge you have in this game is how much damage the enemy does to you. Still the same AI, still the same kind of setup and stuff, and it's not interesting. It's just like, oh, I got shot for 3 times as much as I would if I put it on normal. Oh, I might as well put it on normal. You know what I mean? Like that's the that's the part of the game that I just can't get by. And I'm not saying they have to create all these like unique AIs and stuff. It's just one of those things that banes the gaming right now, especially big open world RPG type of things. I don't know, but everything else other than the core mechanics for me is unreal, unbelievable. Absolutely love everything about the game. So where does the game go from here? I feel like most Starfield content is pretty much covered now. You're not going to see any really unique new ideas other than starship design and PC mods and mod support when that finally comes out in full, because then I think when it's put in the hands of the community, the game will explode and be incredible. And I think that's kind of what I'm waiting for, just to see what happens. But let's talk about starship design for a minute, because I think that is core to this game as well. Even though space combat is not that great and not that fun in my opinion, everybody wants a cool looking ship, and they make it so easy to have a cool looking ship with all the parts that you can get. Obviously you need the credits as well, but you know, as we all know, there's so much credits available with glitches and stuff that it's very easy to build any ship you want. But even if you didn't have all the crazy amount of credits and stuff, and you had just enough to make a very small ship that you like, that's personal to you, it's just a phenomenal experience, because the actual building of the ship builder itself, is really well put together. It's just like a snap map, and anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. The warnings and the stuff in the flight, you know, to check to see if you can actually fly, it's very easy to follow to see what you're missing and how to fix your ship. And genuinely, one of the greatest things in the game is the ship builder. So if I had to give this game a score for its gaming mechanics, I'd give it like a 4. For an experience, I'd give it easily a 10. Probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in gaming. Actually, it is. I will just say it. It's the best experience I've had in gaming. Better than Skyrim, in my opinion. For the experience, Skyrim has better gaming mechanics, but for the experience, this game I think tops everything I've ever played. However, if you were to combine those kinds of things, I'd give this game a solid 7.5, potentially an 8. You know, if I'm feeling generous. But yeah, all in all, I do love the game. I'm going to continue to play it. I'm going to continue enjoying it. I can't wait to see New Game Plus and what that brings. I know there's a lot of things I haven't got to yet in the main story, which I'm excited for as well. But I genuinely think this game can only go up in my estimation rather than down. All these cool things that I'm looking forward to are going to make the game even better for me. So overall, this game is amazing. It genuinely is. I just wish that there was more significant gaming mechanics that just make you want to do things like fire your weapon, because right now you don't really need to or want to, because it's just a very boring game in that sense. But I love it. I love it and I'm addicted. Let me know what you're thinking down below about this game. What are your thoughts and opinions? Yeah, let's just talk about it and figure it out. But thank you for watching. I've been easynow. You guys have been awesome.